Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, today we have a seriously vital blueprint for anyone out there who feels completely stuck in the endless, exhausting grind of their 9 to 5. To kick things off, I want you to picture someone. We're going to call him Amit. He's 26 years old, it's 9 p.m. at an IT office in Gurgaon. He's been sitting at that exact desk since 9 a.m., and his manager just casually handed him yet another urgent task. Now, on paper, this guy's life looks perfect, right? He's earning a great salary, his parents are incredibly proud, his friends think he's totally got it made, and he even just posted one of those shiny, proud to announce updates on LinkedIn. But as he stares blankly at his open Excel sheet, inside he just feels numb. There's this undeniable emptiness, a lingering question playing on a loop in his head. Is this really how the rest of my life is going to be? Look, if that numb feeling hits a little too close to home, I need you to know you are absolutely not alone. It's a creeping reality for literally millions of people. The renowned poet Passion actually captured this quiet tragedy perfectly when he wrote, "The most dangerous thing is to be filled with dead peace. The most dangerous thing is the death of our dreams." And this isn't just poetry. It is a measurable global crisis. So let's actually look at the data here. According to the Gallup 2024 Global Workplace Survey, which represents over 160 countries, there is a stark divide. Only 23% of the global workforce is truly engaged. Think about that. A staggering 77% of people are either actively disengaged or just quiet quitting. And in South Asia, including India, the engagement drops even lower, to just 21%. This numbness, it's costing us our personal happiness, and frankly, it's costing companies massive amounts of profit. But hey, there is actually a scientifically backed way out of this. In today's Explainer, we're going to map out the exact escape route. We'll cover the passion myth, the systemic cage, finding flow state, the 3E formula, and finally, discovering Ikigai. All right, part 1, the passion myth. Let's talk about that whole follow your passion advice we constantly hear. We've all seen the motivational reels telling us to just look deep inside ourselves, right? But I'm going to show you why that is actually terrible advice that leaves most people completely paralyzed. A landmark 2018 study from Stanford University, along with research from author Cal Newport, highlighted exactly why this fails. People like Amit have a fixed mindset. They believe passion is this hidden treasure buried deep inside them, and if they just look hard enough, they'll magically find it. But a growth mindset tells us the exact opposite. So the crucial takeaway here is this. Passion is not a hidden treasure you find. It's a plant that you must grow. It develops passively, but only after you build skills and gain autonomy. Which brings us to part 2, the systemic cage. If the formula is just to grow your skills, why do over 85% of people stay trapped? Why can't we just quit and explore? Well, let's look back at Amit. One night, after a brutal 14-hour shift, he woke up at 3 a.m., literally unable to breathe. He rushed to the hospital, absolutely convinced he was having a heart attack. It wasn't a heart attack. It was a severe, stress-induced panic attack. The doctor told him to reduce his stress, but Amit just thought, if I quit, who pays my EMIs? And that right there is his reality. It's the escalating middle-class trap. It starts with an expensive coaching center, leading to a massive education loan. Then comes the entry-level salary, quickly followed by a bike EMI, a home loan, and this endlessly upgraded lifestyle driven by the fear of missing out. You add in a toxic hustle culture that glorifies 70-hour work weeks, and you've built yourself an inescapable golden cage. Okay, so how do we actually break out? That's part 3, finding flow state. Let's pivot to a solution by looking at Neha. She's a 34-year-old mom who always dreamed of being a chef but felt like her time had completely passed. That is, until she started baking from her own kitchen oven. When Neha was baking, she experienced something profound. It perfectly illustrates the concept of the flow state, coined by psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi in 1990. It's when you are 100% focused on a perfectly challenging task. You completely lose track of time, you forget to check your phone, and somehow you just feel deeply relaxed. Operating in this flow state can actually make you up to 500% more productive. No joke. But what about when things go wrong? Because Neha's very first paid cake order was a total disaster. Ruined. She was devastated. Getting back into the kitchen after that required what psychologist Angela Duckworth calls grit. Grit is passion plus perseverance. It is the long-term consistency of interest and targeted, deliberate practice. It's pushing through that awful initial discomfort. And research actually proves that grit is a much stronger predictor of success than innate talent or IQ. But to find what gives you that flow and to build your grit, you need options.
Did you know there were over 12,000 recognized career categories globally? 12,000! Yet the average student only knows about 10 to 15 of them. You know, engineer, doctor, lawyer, maybe YouTuber. Author David Epstein documented that the most successful people in the world, the ones who really win in the long run, they actually start with a massive sampling period. Because honestly, you can't know you love marine biology if you've never even been exposed to it.
This leads us perfectly into part 4, the 3E formula.
See, the problem isn't a lack of interest, it's a lack of exposure. So how do we systematically get that exposure without ruining our lives? I want to introduce you to a highly actionable, step-by-step strategy to transition into fulfilling work. It's called the 3E formula. The 3 steps are explore, engage, and excel. Step 1, explore, is your ultimate cure for a lack of exposure. Take 30 days and spend just 30 minutes a day sampling 30 different careers. Look outwards, not inwards. Read about shoe painting, cloud kitchens, content writing, whatever. Just expand your world. Once you have a short list of things that genuinely excite you, you move right into step 2, engage.
Now, to engage, you have to get your hands dirty with real-world projects. And you don't need a lifetime to do it. You literally just need 20 hours. According to author Josh Kaufman's 20-hour rule, if you dedicate just 45 minutes a day for about a month, you can get reasonably good at a totally new skill. Try wedding photography for 20 hours. Bake for 20 hours. See if you actually enjoy the daily process. It's a completely achievable commitment.
And that brings us to our final section, part 5, discovering Ikigai. Once you find what gives you that flow state, you move to step 3, excel. This is where you grind, you build that grit, and you reach the ultimate sustainable destination for your life. In Okinawa, Japan, they don't even have a word for retirement. Why? Because they have Ikigai, a reason to wake up in the morning. It is the perfect intersection of 4 elements: what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what you can actually be paid for. But remember, you don't just discover your Ikigai overnight. It is actively built over months of exploring, engaging, and excelling.
And here is the absolute best part. You do not have to quit your day job to start this. A San Francisco University study actually found that having a side passion project improves your performance at your primary job. It boosts creativity and massively reduces burnout. Remember our guy Amit? He started wood carving for just 45 minutes on the weekends. It became his flow state, it eventually brought in a side income, and it completely stopped his panic attacks.
Did you know that globally, the average age for a career change is 39 years old? It is literally never too late to begin. So I want to leave you with this provocative question to really think about. When you hit that age, will you be living a life fueled by your passion, or will you still be numbly paying off the bars to your cage? It's time to stop making excuses. Start your 30-day exploration challenge today and take back your life. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.